Hi guys, this is going to be a little video about my soap making, nice homemade laundry soap video. One thing I do differently than I think a lot of other people do is the way I prepare mine. You know, I know a bunch of other videos out there about how people go about making their soap. So I'm not going to get into that, but one of the things that a lot of people seem to almost all of them seem to say is about how lumpy their soap is when they're done. But when I first started making it, I had the same problem. Everything was all lumpy and clumpy, and I used it that way, and ground it up and mixed it up as best I could. But I've seen that a lot of guys that make this soap, when they mix their ingredients together, they'll use the same style mixer that I use. So I don't waste my time with that step. I just mix all the ingredients together, let it sit overnight, and generally it's the next day, but in this case it's been a few days. That doesn't matter. Well, let me get you guys off the tripod, or move you up closer at least, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all congealed, and then what it looks like after I'm done mixing it. I mix mine with the mixer after it congeals into a big clump of goo, for lack of a better term. Alright, let me get you guys moved up there, and I'll get zoomed in here, get a few things out of the way, and we'll go from there. Alright, I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, let's see if you guys can see this here. I got my drill all attached here. It's ready to roll and ready to grind this up, but before you do that, this is pretty much what you get. I mean, you can see it's just a congealed glob of just a mess, actually. Just a big congealed, I don't know, I'm not sure what part of it congeals, but anyway, you've got this liquid and you got this clump of goo here. Looks a little bit like frog eggs. If you if you ever went frog hunting when you were a kid, it looks a little like the goo that are in frog eggs. But anyway, what I usually do to get it started, I don't just start in there with my drill and start grinding away. I take my hand and I'm pretty much squeezing it in between my hand like this, and that breaks up all these clumps and everything, and I'll break up everything as best I can with my hands first before I even start with the drill. I press it against the side of the bucket and just squish it in my hand like that, and it pretty much breaks it up into, and them guys are right. This stuff is perfectly usable like this. I mean, you can take I use about a cup per washer load. And if you put that in a cup and you put it in there, it will dissolve and it'll work just fine, just the way it is. But call me spoiled. I'm used to the consistency of the stuff that you buy in the store. So I'm not really too used to the clumpy, lumpy stuff. So anyway, let me finish getting this thing smashed all up. And once I'm ready to start the drill, I'll bring you back. So give me a minute to get that done and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, I'm back. Now, I'm going to do this in real time just so that you guys get an idea just how long it takes, so that you don't think that I've whipped this up for a half hour or something. It only takes a couple of minutes, if even that, to do this. You just get her in here, keep it up off the bottom a little bit, and then you just drill away. So, this is going to be a noise warning because this drill's a little bit loud, and I don't know how that's going to come across on you guys' computer. So consider this your warning. Turn your sound down now if you don't want the sound of the drill grinding in your ear. All right, guys, here we go. I'm just going to do this in real time so that you can see how long it takes. Just keep this up off the bottom of your bucket a little bit. And mine bounces around the edges some, but once you get that all busted up like I showed you there into those smaller clumps, just whip it up with this thing and I'll show you how to do that. Here we go. always start off a little bit slow like this, and then slowly increase the speed until, you know, it starts to whip it up pretty good. Gotta be a little bit careful or she'll come right out over the top of the bucket on you. Can only go so fast. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while now, so... Okay, guys, that's about it right there. That's about as good as it gets. It doesn't get much smoother than that. You can stand there and mix it all day, I think, and it's not really going to get much smoother than that. But let me show you the difference in consistency here, you know. I mean, this stuff is approaching the consistency of the laundry detergent that you got in your... I mean, it's a little, very, very small lumps in there, but this dissolves really quickly when you put it in your laundry. I usually put my water in first, dump my cup of this stuff in, mix it in just a little bit, and then just let it, you know, let it continue to fill, and put my clothes in. So this stuff's great as far, you know, if you're into making your own laundry soap, I highly recommend it, because at least in my opinion, this stuff works better than the stuff you buy in the store. And it really is. I mean, I never even really figured up the cost of it, but the cost is really minimal compared to the price that you know they charge you for this stuff. I mean, you know, one of these jugs, like I just showed you, you know, one of these jugs are I think, and I don't even remember. This was like, it's been so long ago since I bought one. Runs in my mind, they were like $5 or $6 for this little jug. And, you know, it says it does 96 loads. I mean, I don't really know how many loads are in here, but you just take, you know, figure that out. This is, what, 5 gallons at a, you know, 1 cup, 8 ounces per load. You know, really, there are quite a lot of loads in there, but, you know, the cost for me is probably pennies a load, so... and in any case, I would highly recommend anyone that wants to make their own soap. If you guys are interested, I don't know if there is any interest. There are enough videos out there making this stuff, but if anybody's interested in, you know, the way I make it, or my recipe, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll either do a video, or if anybody's interested, I could at least, you know, if there's a lot of interest, I'll go ahead and put my recipe, you know, for what I use in here. I will at least put that in the description box down below. And then if anyone would like to know how I mix all this stuff up or something, I could do a video, or maybe just describing it, or actually even just doing it the next time I make soap or something. So you guys let me know. You know, it's up to you guys. I really don't care. I've been using this stuff for over a year, so I'm pretty good at making it, and I know how to use it. So anybody but I really do highly recommend that. Even if you guys were just considering trying it, give it a try, because this stuff's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. It makes your clothes softer and cleaner, well, brighter. Like the colors are actually brighter. So okay guys, well, enough blabbling on here. Got any questions or anything like that, you know, leave them in the comments down below and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video. Oh guys, one thing I forgot to mention was this stuff will congeal a little bit inside of the jug after you put it in there. So I have 3 jugs that I fill. One still has a little bit in, so I won't put any new in it until I'm, you know, empty it. But the one thing that I forgot to tell you is it will congeal in here a little bit, so don't fill these jugs completely full. You know, save your old laundry jugs. At least that's what I do. It'll congeal just a little bit in the jug. So there we go. That's in there about like that. Let me just show you here real quick. When I pick it up and start a new jug, after they sit in the jugs a while, it'll congeal just a little bit. And what I usually do is, like I said, I only have 3 jugs, so that doesn't even fill this whole jug up. It's just something I forgot to mention. Sorry, thought the video was over. Hate to drag it on, but just take this jug and I lean it down like this after I'm, you know, when I'm getting ready to do the laundry. And I just go around and just like this, and it'll just break that all back up, and it does stay this same consistency. You know, it doesn't congeal back into that big lump like we had before. Actually, this one's just a little low yet. I wasn't paying attention. Anyhow, just give it a good shake like that, and it'll congeal just a little bit in this bucket again. And all I do, I never put the mixer back in it again. I just, when I get ready to fill the next jug, you know, when it comes that time, because, you know, this will get congealed just a little, all I really do is take it, stick my hand down in there and whip it with my, you know, my hand a little bit. Just take your fingers, leave your fingers open and whip it with your hand a little bit, and it'll whip right back up to that same consistency again. You know, once you whip it with that mixer, that works pretty well. So like I said before, guys have any questions or anything, leave it in the comment below and I'll try to get back to you, and see you guys on the next one.